Okay, and welcome back. So we're going to talk about logarithms, and this is probably one of the most hated topics in algebra. For those of you that get it, it's really, really easy, right? But for those of you that don't get it, it seems like it's impossible to figure out what they're talking about here. But with a little bit of practice, you should be able to understand that when they're talking about logs, okay, what they're doing is they're talking about a number, okay, and they're asking you what is the exponent. You got to raise some other number to get it, okay? And I promise to make this as painless as possible. I'll even try to make it as fun as possible. Basically, this is what kind of the definition is saying, that the log of a number n, okay, the log of this number is the exponent x to which the base b is raised, okay? What you're doing when you're looking for the log of a number is you're looking for an exponent that you raised some number to get it. So like in this case here, like this n here, this n right here, okay, these are both the same n's. These are both the same b's, and the x's are both the same x's. So they're just located in different places for a reason. Base b is talking about like 2, okay, that's a base, okay, we're talking about it's just all you're saying is just start off with some number and then raise it to some power, okay, raise it to some power. So in this case here, let's raise it to the third power. So 2 cubed is equal to what? Well, 2 cubed is equal to 8, okay, it's equal to 8. So the way you would write that logarithmically would be like this: log base 2 of 8, okay, is equal to 3. You see? That's what it is. What you're saying is this. Let me put this in red. This part over here in words means this: 2 to what power gives me an 8. Okay? So in this case here, 2 to what power, in this case here, let's pretend we didn't know what this was, gives me an 8. Well, third power, obviously, right? So now, let's test this out. What if I said this? Now that you understand this log base 2 of 8 is equal to 3. So let's say I change these numbers a little bit and I asked you this. Log base 4 of 16 is equal to what? Again, this part right here, okay? This part that I'm putting in red, what this is saying is this: 4 to what power gives me a 16. Okay, so let's do our little circle. 4 to what power gives me 16? Well, in this case here, if you calculating, what 4 squared is, and you're getting 16, well, squared is the answer, 4 to the second power. Okay, because you can write it this way: 4 to what power is equal to 16? And the answer here is going to be 2. Simple, right? That's what you got to remember. Basically, all you're going to do is this: have a little arrow going from the b to this number here to here. And that basically equals this: b to the x power equals n. b to the x power equals n. 2 to the third power equals 8. 2 to the third power equals 8. 4 squared is 16. 4 squared is 16, right? You see, so it really is pretty simple. Okay. This is just, like I said, an introduction to it. I'm not really going to go into it too deeply. I do that on other videos. This one here is just to kind of give you the idea where things are. So now I'm going to give you guys like a little test to see if you understand what's going on. And here, I'm going to start writing these questions down for you right here. Log base 3 of 27 is equal to, log base 4 of 64 is equal to log base 5 of 125 is equal to log base 6 of 36 is equal to log base 7 of 343 is equal to, how about log base 8 of 64 is equal to, log base 9 of 81 is equal to, and log base 10 of 1 is equal to, how about log base 11 of 121 is equal to, and log base 12 of 144 is equal to. Okay, let's try this out. Again, 3 to what number? Okay, so 3 to what number gives me a 27? 4 to what number gives me 64? 5 to what number gives me 125? 6 to what number gives me 36? 7 to what number gives me 343? 8 to what number gives me 64? 9 to what number gives me 81? 10 to what number gives me 1? 11 to what number gives me 121? And 12 to what number gives me 144? Okay, in this case here, 3 to what number gives me 27? Well, 3 times 3 times 3, so 3 to the third power gives me 27. So let's write that in blue actually. 3 to the third power gives me 27. 4 to what power gives me 64? That's going to be 3. 5 to what power gives me 125? Again, that's a 3. 6 to what power gives me 36? 2. 6 squared is 36. 7 to what power is 343? That's going to be 3. 8 to what power gives me 64? 8 squared. Okay, 9 squared. 10 to the 0 power. 11 squared gives me 121, and 12 squared gives me 144. And again, this is just the basic idea. This is to prepare you for all the other rules. My goal here was just for you to visualize where things go. Just treat this kind of like a way to visualize it in your head. I'll show you guys how to calculate stuff, but for right now, this is where things go. Look where the letter, look where the word log is. Look where that base is. So in this case here, all these bases here, you're raising each one of these bases to some kind of exponent, okay, to get this number right here. Okay, again, you're raising these bases to these exponents to get these numbers. Okay? So, I hope this helped, and be sure to check out some of the other videos, and thank you for watching.